Hi, you're listening to Everyday Superpower, place where you can learn about body language and nonverbal communication. We're going to teach you how to detect lies. Once again, we're fourth in the series now, so if you're interested, click like, click subscribe, and do what you do. Leave a comment. So, what we're talking about today is grabbing the ear or other indirect means of blocking the ear. Alright, so we've done a little video on the earlobe grabbing before. We're going to delve back in, reinforce that information. That pattern of information is going to internalize in your mind, and you're going to be able to identify these behaviors and gestures in your day-to-day and think, alright, that person's being dishonest, or that person, doesn't want to hear what I'm saying. So it's a symbolic attempt by the listener or the speaker to block the words they are hearing by putting their hands around or over the ear, or, as we are seeing before, as tugging at the earlobe, okay? So when we were children, we would take our hands and just put them over our ears and say, I don't want to hear no more. That's not the case anymore, okay? We grow up, society says you can't be childish no more, blah, blah, blah. Which, by the way, is rubbish, because being childish is a lot of fun, I'm sure we all agree. But unfortunately, society teaches us to be, sad and grumpy adults. So we change over time, and as adults, we find other indirect means of creating that same behavior we did as kids, purely because we are the same child we used to be, just a few years older. Alright, so this is a symbolic gesture, such as the child covering the ears with the palms of the hands, or taking the finger and putting it into the holes of the ear. Alright, variations would be rubbing the backs of the ear, just anything as to where the hand subconsciously comes up towards the ear, itches it, rubs it, does whatever, as long as you have to read the context of the situation, okay? So if something's come up verbally that you might not necessarily agree with or find a little bit, you're a bit skeptical of, and then this gesture happens in real time around that, it's, something you need to inquire further, alright? If you are talking to somebody and you see this behaviour happen, they're trying to block out what you're saying for one particular reason. So whether what you're saying is distasteful to them, or they may actually think that you are lying. So they're saying, shut up, I don't want to hear it, okay? Their body is screaming that, but verbally they can't be so honest to say that, okay? So the ear grab can also be a signal that the person's heard enough, or may possibly want to speak, maybe you've spoken too much. Have we got any Italians listening? It seems that my demographic tends to be Americans for the first and, for the most part. But in Italy, the ear grab is actually a gesture used to indicate that somebody is either effeminate or gay, alright? So it doesn't mean or symbolise this worldwide, although I would like to know if this symbol still is used purely as it is a, a learnt habit from childhood. When we're children, Italian children should surely still cover their ears, right? So if you are Italian, I'd like to hear from you and hear what you say about that, or whether, the actual significance of it being effeminate still stands. Is that really a thing? That's what I've read. So just to recap, the individual will grab their ear as a means of blocking the information they are hearing or even thinking, alright? So they have told a lie and they think, oh, I wish I didn't have to lie, so they'll cover their ears to prevent themselves from hearing their own lies. Although obviously they will hear it, but the hand and the muscle memory that's been developed ever since a child still wants to block it out, okay? It's very symbolic of someone telling an untruth, alright? So hopefully this was of benefit. If you enjoyed this and apply this to your real life and see this around you, I'd like you to click like, subscribe, comment.